Music can soothe the soul or hide the darkest secrets. Tonight we're stepping into a world where every note is a clue and every melody is a warning. I'm Detective Drayk, and this is the story of a pianist who played his last note and the killer who orchestrated his death. Why should you keep watching? Because by the end of this you'll realize the truth is always hidden in plain sight. It all began at the Grand Symphony Hall, where the renowned pianist, Victor Langston, was found dead in his dressing room. The scene was surreal. Victor slumped over his piano, his fingers resting on the keys, as if he'd been playing until his last breath. But the cause of death wasn't natural. A single stab, wound to the back, precise and deliberate. No weapon left behind, no signs of a struggle. Just one clue, a sheet of music on the piano, smeared with blood. The audience, you, were with me every step of the way. Remember when I opened the wardrobe in the dressing room? You thought the killer might be hiding there, didn't you? But all I found was a collection of old concert programs. Or so it seemed. Tucked between the pages was a letter, addressed to Victor. It was a threat. Your final performance is near. The suspects were as dramatic as the setting. First there was Isabella Moreau, the late violinist and Victor's ex-lover. She claimed she was rehearsing on stage, but her alibi was shaky. Then there was Marcus Hale, the conductor, who had a bitter rivalry with Victor. He said he was in his office, but his hands were stained with ink. The same ink used in the threatening letter. The third suspect was Clara Bennett, Victor's protégée. She seemed innocent, but her room was filled with sheet music, all of it marked with strange symbols and notes. Was it a code or a confession? As I examined the blood-stained sheet of music, I noticed something odd. The notes didn't form a melody. They were random, disjointed. But when I played them on the piano, they revealed a hidden message. Check the mirror. I turned to the mirror in the dressing room and noticed a faint crack in the glass. When I pressed it, a hidden compartment opened. Inside was a small box containing a USB drive. The files on it were shocking. Recordings of Victor blackmailing his colleagues, threatening to expose their secrets if they didn't comply with his demands. But the real twist came when I found a second USB drive hidden in Marcus's office. It contained footage of Victor's murder. From Marcus's perspective, he had stabbed Victor, then staged the scene to make it look like a random attack. Just as I was about to arrest Marcus, the lights in the symphony hall flickered. A haunting melody began to play from the stage, a piece Victor had composed, titled Requiem for a Betrayer. I rushed to the stage, where I found Clara sitting at the piano, her hands trembling. She confessed. Victor had been blackmailing her too, threatening to ruin her career if she didn't comply. But she hadn't killed him. She'd only discovered the truth after his death. The real killer was Isabella. She had manipulated Marcus into killing Victor, then framed him to cover her tracks. So you see, this case was anything but simple. A symphony of lies, a crescendo of betrayal, and a killer who hid behind the music. But that's the thing about melodies. They always reveal the truth, even when the notes are out of tune. The deadly melody was just the beginning.